Welcome to Magic Talk. Happy New Year, y'all. Are you supportive in magic? Are you supportive of your other magician friends in magic? Do you have other magician friends in magic? This and more next.
Rough Edge FM. Irritatingly irresistible internet radio at roughedgefm.com.
Welcome to Magic Talk, the ultimate backstage pass to the world of magic. We dive deep into the art, the craft, and the business behind the illusion. If it's magic, we talk about it. Sometimes. And now, your hosts, master of misdirection and dad jokes, magician James Lantine, purveyor of magical oddities and unpaid family labor, magic shop owner Joshua Lantine, and straight from a suspiciously nearby park bench, the one, the only, Gregory Alexander.
All right, we are back. So, sorry to disrupt your conversation.
You're just talking about Liam.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay. So anyway, let me explain the title.
That would be good.
Because I'm sure
I don't know what it meant.
I know. I'm sure there's some people that are going, wow, what a jerk. Check your ego at the door. It was actually written for Josh because we all know Joshua has a totally huge ego.
It's very large.
It's only because I know my value, and
You don't have
We'll
to
just say
scream
Josh
into the
is
mic.
very aware of himself.
I am very aware of myself, and I know what I'm worth. So there you go. There's my ego. Not really, not at all.
Now we were getting into a conversation about how to be supportive towards other magicians.
Yeah.
And so, it's
Do you tell them the truth about how terrible they are? Do you lie to them? Right? How? In what ways can you truthfully be supportive, or not truthfully, for that matter, be supportive of the people around you in magic?
I'm about a 50-50 type of guy, you know.
Politician over here.
I think there are ways to talk to somebody without making them feel like a piece of crap.
I'm going to be 100% honest. Okay. I could talk some smack, but in a productive way. I won't be unnecessarily rude, but I could be very critical of magic, we'll say. And I would like to think that I would tell them, the person, this. And then if I get the opportunity, I pretty much don't do it. I'll just be like, yeah, great job. Because ultimately they're up there and I'm not. They're taking a crack at it. I'm not. That's kind of my fallback, we'll just say. And I think that's that is what that is. It's a bit of a crutch. Because it's difficult to tell somebody like, hey, man, listen. And sometimes it's not your place.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. So we, there's Joshua and I have, when we have the burrow, we call it a no judgment zone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, real quick, just to let everybody know, I am dipping in and out because there's a lot of orders I need to take care of. So
taking care of business. Look at this guy. Love it. New year, new Josh.
I take it that's a dip right there.
So he just dipped.
That's
what that is. That's a dip.
Okay, so we're gonna go to a twofer.
Let's go. Oh no,
he did. Just so you know, I do have a really good philosophy about critiquing.
Okay,
I will bring it up when I come back.
Okay, so anyways, I do believe that there is a time and a place for comments, for critique, and if somebody is asking you for their critique, hey, or asking you for your critique, then I think it's fair game. But I think it should be gentle. I don't think it should be like, yeah, dude. Like we heard a story from Howard Hamburg about the professor where a magician went up to him after working the close-up gallery, and he's like, yeah, I don't know what you do for a day job, but I wouldn't quit.
The professor?
Yeah.
He
was like,
I don't know what you do for a day job, but I'd quit. I wouldn't quit.
Yeah, I mean, he was like,
Pretty close, actually.
He basically told him that his magic sucked, and he didn't deserve doing it.
Your magic sucked more than me and this cigar.
Is that what he really sounds like?
Yeah, something along those lines. I mean, it really sounds like Jim. That would be a huge compliment to my ability to impersonate, but no, but kind of like,
I was going with maybe that, how when you hear like the old audio recordings, everybody sounds like, my name is Houdini.
Is that how, I don't know, is that how Houdini sounded?
I don't know. Everybody sounded that way on an old recording.
Yeah, that's true. factual. It turns out it was all just Daryl the professor. It's all they just kind of blanketed his voice across all old recordings.
Right. Right. My feeling is, who are you to destroy somebody else's dream?
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, Jim.
Who
That
are
wasn't
you?
My intention.
Okay, but
to
who are
destroy
you to
anybody's
destroy
dream. I'm
somebody's
just
dream?
over here. I'm just a guy on a mic. All right, just calm it down. He's crazy. Yeah, no, I agree. You know, but then there's the counter argument that one might say that because I appreciate and encourage them in their dream, that I'm telling them the truth now, so that they can move forward quicker and truthfully achieve that dream in a more timely manner.
Okay,
Right?
if that was your role, but if you were some
It
dude,
wouldn't be my role. I'm more of a biscuit
okay,
kind of role. Let's just be clear.
But if you were, let's set up a scenario. You're at the Spellbound show.
Okay.
You're an audience member.
Yep.
You're watching it.
Yep.
You see somebody up there performing, maybe not doing great magic, but they're up there, they're giving a shot, they're doing this thing, and they're trying it. And now the show is over. Do you go, hey man, good job, really enjoyed it, and you leave? Do you go and not say anything at all? Don't even acknowledge them? Or do you say, hey, I appreciate the fact that you were doing this show, but you really need a lot of work. And
They need a lot of work. I'm not talking to them ever again.
well, you won't if
No,
you
I'm
say
just
that to
kidding.
them. But
No, I'm just kidding.
what would you do?
So,
A, B, or
I've
C?
been in that scenario here before,
Okay.
ish, and it's not such a clear cut in that scenario. It's more like, hey man, great job tonight. You know, enjoyed the show, and then I'd probably be done with it at that point, with plans of maybe talking to you about it and seeing what you thought and that kind of a thing, or what might be going on. Then after saying that, hang around for a while and listen to them interacting with other people, other magicians, and yourself, and listen. And if anybody starts bringing anything up, to listen to say if that's something I would have brought up myself or not. And hear because even if it's not something I would have said, if he hears one or two things, then that's plenty. And then what I'm going to say wouldn't matter at that point anyways, because that's just going to be too much information for somebody to retain and get better with. Right. But I wouldn't, I would afterwards know more what to talk to you about. I'd be like, oh yeah, you brought up that one thing, and
Right.
I agree with you or disagree with you. The one guy did you see? And it would give me better detail to talk to you about it. Then I would put it on you because it's your show. And you have the school here, which is an awesome resource, and people are going to be more comfortable with you. I would drop that hot potato in your lap, Jim. That's basically what I'm saying. I would make you do it. Okay.
So
all right, that's what I'm saying, Jim. I'd make you do it.
So I think there are two types of personalities, maybe three. But when I watch a show, and let's just say it was subpar, or wasn't my time.
Where'd you see me performing?
I've watched you a few times.
I'm just kidding.
It's like, okay, so there are occasions where like there are some magicians that I think are decent magicians. They're just not my style.
For sure.
So
absolutely.
I don't particularly like the magic. Not because they're doing anything wrong, just not my style. And
myself.
Yeah. And there are some people that absolutely dig that style, and you look at it and you go, what in God's name do you see in that performance? But it's still, I understand my taste. I don't like certain portraits that people are like spending, millions of dollars on. And I'm like, why did you buy that piece of crap? Here, let me go draw a stick figure for you, and you can pay me $100,000.
Yeah, understood, for sure.
Right. So I get that. And then there are people that just really aren't that good. And it's not because of any fault of their own. I think, people, it's like, for example, I may love to sing, but I'll clear out a room if I start singing. And so at karaoke, we're having fun, and occasionally I'll get up and I'll sing a song, and I'll make fun of myself because I know I can't sing. I really don't like singing, but I'm just using this as an example because I did sing at karaoke.
Who doesn't?
But it's like, who are you to take away somebody's passion just because A, they don't perform in the style that you do, or B, maybe they're never really going to be that good. I mean, not everybody has the talent to be a great magician. Not everybody has the talent to be a good magician. A lot of people have the ability to be a subpar magician, and they still want to go out and perform and do all that kind of stuff. So why is it my responsibility to destroy that for them?
Well, I think one thing that you kind of just highlighted, if they want to go out and perform for the public, I think then there becomes there needs to be a certain level of awareness of your own self.
Yeah, like you're doing a birthday party or you're doing something.
That's one thing. Or like if you're doing family stuff, that's one thing. But if you're actually actively trying to get flight time out in the public, there's a certain level I feel that you should be at. I don't know how to quantify that level personally.
Well, I think it's based on, if somebody hires you,
and it does,
they're going to do one or two things. They're either going to say, wow, this guy was great, and they're going to hire you again, or they're going to go, wow, this was the worst show I ever saw in my life. And they're not going to hire you. And they may actually even tell other people.
Well, actually, at 15 minutes, and they're like, you know what? We're good.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get a snow
Would you
cone.
like to see more?
Have a snow cone, enjoy yourself, play with the kids, and don't play with the kids. Just have a snow cone and leave.
Here's the most dangerous phrase you can say at the end of doing a set. You want to see one more? Because what if everybody goes, yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah, no, or that's right next to. So how's everybody feeling?
Yeah.
After that, before the show, I was pretty okay.
Yeah.
Afterwards, now I'm questioning my life.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, if this guy wants to go out and put himself out there and try to get gigs, and he's not very good at it, then those are the gigs he's going to get. He's going to get the gigs that people are willing to pay $50 on.
So just leave him to the sharks. That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
Jim?
you're not.
Leave him to the sharks.
If you want to put yourself out there, then you put yourself out.
Everybody should know the best way to help somebody is just let them help themselves. Just let them be.
Yeah,
they'll figure it out. The mama bird, kicks the bird out of the nest and it flies or it doesn't.
Yeah.
And in this case, the baby bird's just jumping out all on its own anyways. So just let nature work itself out, I guess is what James is trying to say.
Well, no. On the other hand, though,
or you can pay for lessons here at the White Rabbit Magic Shop.
That, or you can ask me.
James is like, you got to pay me, and then I'll tell you.
Can you give me an honest assessment of how you thought I did
right now? Terribly. Wait, what are we talking about again?
I was asking how I was doing on the podcast. No, if somebody came up to me and said, hey, I'm really interested in your opinion. Could you tell me what you thought? Then I would be like, okay, well, let's sit down.
How comfortable are you with criticism?
Yeah.
That would be honestly that, it's playful, but that would be a good question. First question. I feel like that for me in that scenario, I'd be like, oh, cool. How comfortable are you with criticism? Well,
yeah.
I'm not going to be.
You want me to dive deep?
I'm not going to be.
I'm not
going to be rude for no reason. But
yeah,
how do you really want this?
Perfect example. I just made a magic prop for somebody, and these were his exact words. He said, "Hey, you're a good friend. I love you, but this is between a buyer and a maker right now, and the prop you had made was probably good up to the point of when you touched it." Swear to God.
But you made the whole thing yourself?
No.
Oh, you modified it.
I had so they weren't able to finish the whole thing. So I had to put in the floor and I had to put the felt on it, and I finished it. I did the staining, and I did the front door because I have a laser cutter to do the front door. And And so it got kind of rushed at the end because there was a tight deadline, and so I was unable to actually take care of the stuff the way I wanted to.
So you were in charge of the finishing, Jim, and you had to rush the finishing.
Yes,
Oh boy. Oh brother.
but how would you respond to I love you, but the prop was probably beautiful up until the point you touched it?
I would just simply say elaborate.
Well, yeah, he did.
I
So
need more
but-
info.
he did come off with this, like, listen, I hope you can take criticism. I'm not meaning this in a mean way.
He did the correct praise on you.
Yeah, but here's the issues that I have.
Oh man.
And then he just rattled down, and I said, okay,
You
let's
gonna fix him, Jim?
those are all fixable.
Is the
So
prop here, Jim?
it's going to be.
Cool. Let's take a look at this thing.
It's
That-
not here yet, but it will be on Friday.
That does lean into that thing I was talking about with criticism.
What's that?
Well, everybody at least everybody I think knows by now that I didn't do magic originally. I was a guitarist,
Yes.
and my teacher in classical guitar was Carlos Gonzalez.
See,
He was at the Ventura College, and he at one point in his life had a tendency to be unreasonably critical with some people, but then he had changed his outlook on criticism to be like a sandwich. And the way that this sandwich works is that you start off with something good,
Mhm.
then you have the meat and potatoes of it, you have the criticism,
Mhm.
and then you end with something good on top of it.
yeah, it's PCP.
Exactly.
Praise, correct, praise.
And then there's some days I do remember receiving an open faced sandwich from Carlos, but it wasn't unwarranted. I gotta say that. Now this,
PCP, isn't that like a date rape drug?
no,
No.
that is something.
It's a disassociative tranquilizer.
Yes,
Oh,
that's something that has been used on the black market for quite some time.
okay.
For people who want to forget that they live in the life that they live in.
No, it's something else.
Oh my
but yeah,
gosh.
it's
Where do I get
some
that
other kind of
drug?
drug? It's pretty. You don't want that, Jim.
No,
You don't want that stuff, sir.
It's really
That's some
bad.
bad stuff there.
Is it?
Yeah, no, it's no bueno.
Okay.
You want the correct praise. That's the
Yes.
PCP that you want to be with, Jim. That's the one we
But
promote.
they
here,
sell that in a
on
vape.
Magic Talk. Praise, correct praise. It could come
Yeah.
in all forms, Jim.
Yes.
All forms.
Yes.
Typically, I like treats they're like candy. So you praise me with some candy, and then you can correct me with like telling me that maybe I shouldn't eat so much candy.
All right. That
And
sounds
you give me
like
more candy at the end of
And
it.
then you
right?
give me candy at the end.
that sounds like
to test your willpower to see if you've learned the lesson and all.
I don't know. That sounds like stranger danger to me.
Oh,
You want some candy, little Greg?
Oh boy, this thing is going way off the rails.
but yes,
Terrible.
that's actually I live by that critiquing ideology because I feel like that's the way everything
If
it gets.
it's asked,
Yes,
you
there's
don't
that.
offer if it's not asked.
I don't go up to people randomly on the street and be like, "Hey, guess what?
All right,
Guess
listen.
what? I really like the way you did that, but we're gonna really improve right here." And then, but this little bit that you did over here was really good. And then this guy turns around and says, "Who the heck are you? Why are you in my car?"
And why did you come home with a black eye?
Yeah.
All right.
But no, that's literally the way I like to do anything when I teach. That's the teaching mechanism that I like to use because I feel like what you're trying to say gets received far better.
Mhm.
And nobody gets offended. You don't have to come in and say, "Hey, I'm not trying to be a dick, but
Yeah, which is
'Cause
something that I was
that-
gonna, which is the other thing I was gonna highlight, which praise, correct praise works only when there's trust.
Yeah.
So that's really like the number one teaching tool, which would be another answer to when should you stick your nose into someone else's business when it comes to magic, when that person truly trusts you.
Yeah,
I think would be
seriously.
another good answer. If that person really trusts you, then and if you really mean what you say, then it shouldn't be that big of a problem. It shouldn't be that big of a problem.
Yeah.
But then if they don't know you that well, or if they don't trust you like you think they do, that's when you can get in some some business.
Okay. Good advice.
Otherwise, you should adopt the Jonathan Gold method, which I don't know if you guys have heard of Jonathan Gold's method of reviewing or critiquing.
Is that like the
Restaurant.
Evelyn Wood speed reading course?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you've talked about it on the show before, which is basically just if it's good, to let people know about it, and if it's not good, you won't know that he ate there.
Yeah. Don't say anything. Don't ruin somebody
Okay.
else's reputation. Most likely just because you got a bad mood, and if you don't know, you don't know what to say.
You don't know what's going on that day and that
Yeah.
night with everything. It might have been
Exactly.
a full moon. You don't know.
Really. If you don't have anything good to
Blame it
say,
on the moon.
don't say it.
So that would probably be my response to somebody who I just happened to see.
Yeah.
Because again, like I was telling Greg, it just might not be my style. I might not be particularly thrilled with that kind of magic. I mean, but I would definitely see, if somebody asked me, I could definitely see using PCP.
Yeah. Now you got me thinking about this stupid drug.
I just totally want to forget
if
that
somebody
conversation ever happened.
I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you, people. This is.
Now you got me thinking about
I apologize on behalf of everybody here at the White
Here,
Rabbit
hold on a
Magic
minute.
Shop.
Okay, go ahead.
this.
You're on.
All right, public service announcement. If you're still with us, we appreciate you. All right. I don't know what's going on with these knuckleheads, but we're gonna turn this thing around right now. Jim, get back on track.
Okay, and by the way, the whole time you're saying that, we have drunken views stuck behind your head. Yeah.
It's empty. It's probably in these two knuckleheads.
So here's my take on
I'm
the castle.
I'm the stoner here, right? I'm
Yeah,
supposed to be the
you know what?
weirdo
I
or
thought
something,
so.
right? The only one
Yeah.
stuck
Slip something
together
in
here.
our. You slipped something in my drink. What's
How did
going
you
on?
get stuck in between the two of us, by the way?
I don't know. Just the monkey between two bananas.
So here's my thing. As far as the House of Magic was formed as a place to be able to provide people with an opportunity. And so we will have
That's how I got here.
yeah. That's how a lot of people got
That's
here.
how we got here. By the grace of others.
And we
not
are
the critique, by the way. Boom.
no, and we're strong believers of providing everybody deserves an opportunity. Now I do like what you said about doing like an open mic night, giving them
Gotta
the
get an
opportunities
open-
at the
gotta
right
get an
place.
open mic
I
going
do
on.
like that idea. So the one thing, by the way, there's some rumors going around about the castle, which I don't believe to be true.
Uh-oh, what are they? I haven't
Um,
heard any new ones lately. You let me know.
So have you heard that the knights, the ones that give the tours,
They have been disbanded.
they have been disbanded because they are volunteers?
It was-
And
Yep.
So here's one problem with this concept.
the concept
somebody was-
of disbanding the
No,
Knights, or
well,
the concept
the
of
reason
Knights?
the reason
Okay.
So-
Oh, I didn't. What is the reason? Because they're volunteers. That is the
because they're
reason?
volunteers, and MCE is a public is not a public, but it's
'Cause they're going to be for
it's a
profit and all
it's
that.
a for-profit company for insurance purposes, like workers' comp and all that kind of stuff. They can't
Mm.
do that kind of stuff. Totally true. 100% totally get it. Yes. Somebody had indicated that MCE needs to have a nonprofit arm, which that is not true. A for-profit company cannot own a nonprofit.
Especially if the only reason why you want to make it nonprofit is so that people could not start working for free,
For
basically.
volunteering. Yeah.
You know.
So a nonprofit. So we have a nonprofit up here. And by the way, just to give you a little feedback on me, I was an internal auditor for a church. My background is accounting. And I've worked in the nonprofit sector for probably 35 years of my life. So I know nonprofit. And so we have a local nonprofit who she's looking to retire, and she wanted to sell the nonprofit, the name and everything, and the customer base and everything, so that she could get money for retirement. And her dad is sitting there coaching her, saying, you built this thing, you deserve to make money off of it, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, well, that is totally against the grain of what a nonprofit is. You can't sell a nonprofit. By definition, a nonprofit cannot benefit a single individual. It's for the benefit of a community or for a group of people. And so you can't sell it. Otherwise, you completely disband the fact that you're a nonprofit, and the IRS rejects or revokes your status. And now all of a sudden you got to go back and refile all these returns and everything else. And so, being a nonprofit, there's some definite criteria that have to be met. And there's several different types, like the House of Magic Foundation is a 501c3. White Rabbit is a for-profit. White Rabbit has nothing to do with the House of Magic, other than the fact that White Rabbit rents space from the House of Magic because the House of Magic owns the building. As a result, the House of Magic, this building, this unit, is tax-free for the portion of the property that's used for the nonprofit. The portion that's used for the for-profit gets property tax. And that's the only place where the tax-free thing applies, is in property tax and income tax. So if the nonprofit operates outside of its status, as far as why it was formed, then the IRS can look at that portion of the money as being taxable income. Even though it's a nonprofit, it can still have taxable income. So churches used to rent out space, and so now all of a sudden the city's coming in and saying, well, wait a minute, you're renting out this space to a commercial company. You have to pay property tax on that building now. So what they would do is they'd rent it out to another nonprofit, and that would keep them within their guidelines. So MCE can't form a nonprofit and have a nonprofit arm of MCE. MCE technically already has a nonprofit. It's called the AMA. It's inside the building, renting or utilizing that space. So AMA is fully within its rights as far as, whatever the agreement might be, whether they're renting the space or whatever it might be. They're fully within their rights to have volunteers. Now, whether or not MCE will allow those people to work, but AMA should have its own insurance that covers its own volunteers, that covers MCE because they're using MCE space. So anytime the House of Magic goes into a school to teach magic, our insurance policy comes with us. And so if anything happens at that school while we're teaching, we're covered, they're covered, and everything's copacetic. So technically, AMA should have its own liability insurance. I don't know if it does or not, but it should. And those volunteers can operate under the AMA. And if an MCE should be named as additionally insured under the AMA's policy, should anything go wrong.
So you're calling hooey on this.
I'm calling hooey on it.
So you're saying, though that may be the verbalized excuse or reason behind it, that is not.
I don't think it carries the weight, because so MCE may not be able to, but if the AMA is formed correctly and has the proper insurance, then those volunteers are AMA volunteers, not MCE volunteers.
Something, Jim. What if they don't? What if you just expose them?
Anyway, so that's one thing. The other rumor that I heard is that that they want to change the whole membership through the AMA.
The MCE is starting their own membership. I am a founding member.
Their own membership outside of the AMA.
Yes.
Okay, so explain that to me.
Yeah, it's a little confusing to me too, because I don't know if I'm also paying dues to AMA or not. I don't.
Okay, so what's the deal? What did you do?
You have to pay a fee, just the same thing. You have to pay a fee.
And what does it entitle you to?
Membership at the castle. If you don't become a member of the MCE, I don't think you'll have access to the castle as an AMA member. Like, I think you'd have to just go like a normal person.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, I have the letter. I read it once and I didn't pay that much attention when I was reading it. It's no offense. It's just like, well, I got to pay. Okay. I got to pay that. And by what date? Okay, cool.
I don't remember
I
seeing
stay
that.
out of
letter.
everything, To me, the chips will fall as they may. Like for me, I'm just grateful that the castle is still the castle.
Yeah.
I've also heard that it's a landmark, So even if it got sold to whoever it got sold to, supposedly they couldn't demolish it. But I highly doubt that would hold very strongly.
Depends on if it's a historical landmark registered with the city or if it's a historical landmark registered with the state or the
Well,
federal
I'll tell you
government.
what, it's registered in my heart, James.
Yes.
Okay, as it is many other magicians.
My guess
I'm
is
grateful
that
it
it
did
is
not
a
get turned
historical
into some
landmark.
apartments or something.
Right.
And it is Randy's place, more or less. It's his place to do his thing. He spent money on it. He kept it open. People may be listening to this and being really upset with what I'm saying, but I'm grateful I got my time with the castle the way it was. I'm looking forward to the castle the way it's going to be. Whether it's going to be for the better or worse, I do not know.
So another rumor I heard was that you can no longer perform in the impromptu rooms.
Oh, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that part. I know the cellar is going to be closed for like a month or two. I know the same thing with the Hat and Hair. I've heard they're merging the Hat and Hair with the bar. So that room that kind of looked like a seance style room that didn't get used that often, supposedly getting merged with the other bar.
Okay.
To utilize that space better. I heard the cellar is getting turned more into like a museum thing again. It might stay a performance space. I don't know. But I didn't hear anything about. I did see something weird that they were gonna have strolling magicians. I saw that.
Oh, okay.
So maybe the off the cuff areas are no longer, and they're gonna have strolling magicians because now it's more of a business, and the AMA is not that as involved. Which is good and bad, to be honest with you, because I really enjoyed those areas. I have friends that really, really enjoy those areas. But I'll tell you, I have.
All right, before you go on, I just want, for the people that are listening right now, if you know anything about this whole MCE club membership versus the AMA
Give James a
membership,
call right now. James, tell everybody your phone number.
not a call, just
Just call him immediately.
on.
Direct line him right now. And James,
All right.
what's your phone number?
805
It's crazy.
746
Don't do it. Don't say it,
3170.
James, don't do it.
But
All
anyways,
the hot ladies are going to be bothering you.
oh, good. Put a comment out there if you know anything about it, because I don't remember seeing any notification about having to be an MCE club member. Are the dues the same?
This is like $300 and something or something I had to pay. Is what I owe. I'll screenshot the thing and send it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
That would be most helpful.
Yeah, of course.
So, so as far as it sounds like the, I'm going to say quote unquote good old boys home is getting shooken up a little bit.
A little bit.
And, but you're optimistic for the future.
Well, James, you should know me by now. I'm always optimistic for the future.
Well, that's because you're stoned.
The universe is always good to me, James, and it will be good to. It's good to everybody. The universe is playful. Sometimes it gives us what we need, not exactly what we want. So no matter what happens, we're going to get what we need out of it.
That's deep.
Yeah, man. No worries.
That's really deep. So, have you heard any other rumors?
I heard they're going to improve the restaurant.
Yep.
I heard they're going to move away from that because they basically the food's not very good. It's
Really?
It's mediocre. And the reason being is they do more of a catering style. So they'll set up for services because it's like dinner service. So they'll set up multiple portions for whatever people they have, and they'll prepare it all and then they get it all out. I heard it's going to go more to prepare as ordered service. So you're going to get fresher.
And the seating is not going to be at 6 o'clock or
that's changed. Yeah. Different seat times.
And you can get tickets to different rooms, not just the.
That I'm not 100% sure on, but yes, because of the different times for the seating, not everybody's going to get a palace ticket that eats in the restaurant now, supposedly.
Yeah, I heard that you
will
could
get a
get
ticket for
a
something.
ticket for the Peller or a ticket for
And also the Peller's not going to be like a 2-man thing
right,
anymore.
right. So it will be interesting
It will be
to
interesting.
see where it goes. I've been incredibly busy the last few months, so I have not been to the castle since I think September.
I went for Halloween. I didn't go for any of the holiday stuff.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've been kind of busy.
I didn't go for Halloween, so it was before Halloween.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it would have been September because they did the Halloween thing in October.
Mhm.
But
when they have Halloween.
yeah, same time every year, I understand.
Mhm.
So have you been there recently?
Not since Halloween.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I've been pretty busy.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to go, and then one thing or another comes up, or I'll just be like wanting that time to recharge because it'll be my only time to do so.
Right.
So I'll get there. I'll get there soon, hopefully. It'll be cool. It's all perspective, the days of it being like a jungle gym for the magicians, so to speak, or not a jungle gym is the wrong term, but an actual gym, like a way to work out and do your reps, I think is going to kind of dwindle out. And I think more of a place to show up and just see really good magic is going to kind of what it's going to be. Is what I think it's what they're going for. Is what the vibe I'm getting.
It's going to be purely an entertainment type establishment.
Correct. Not so much of a clubhouse for. I mean, look, if it's not like you can't go and hang out, I guess, which a lot of magicians, most of them do that anyways. Not too many people are using those off the cuff areas and stuff, but I've seen,
as soon as they called it off the cuff, I knew it was doomed.
You're hilarious. And the iPads, remember they had iPads for a while and all that. And there was so much arguing about so much stuff. And the more they tried to fix it, the worse it got.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Yeah. So. Yeah. But I've seen some terrible magic. I'm not going to lie, man. And I mean everybody well. I've seen some terrible magic in those areas. And that shouldn't happen at the castle.
No.
People go in that castle with an expectation. And I would truly believe that expectation should be fulfilled. And if that means that I'm one of the magicians that's not going to be able to fulfill that expectation at this moment, that's fine. I'm willing to do my best to raise my level and get to the point. And if I can, I will, right? If I can get there, I will get there. And that'll be amazing. And on top of that, that means I'll get there at a point when it was not easy. Not that it's ever been easy. I'm not at, let me make that clear. But it'll be a time when I was like, I really, really deserve to be there.
Right.
So that will feel good too,
So going back on what we were talking about, the castle is a perfect example. So the House of Magic was formed to provide opportunities, and we're a nonprofit. That's what we were designed for. The castle is designed to bring quality entertainment to its guests. And it's their responsibility to make sure that that's being delivered, not the guy who's standing at the table saying, "Oh, well, I guess I got the space. Let me go do you some tricks and stuff like that." It's the responsibility of the castle to make sure that they're delivering on that promise. And if they can't control it, then it's their job to control it.
Absolutely.
If you're going to provide the space and you're going to make it open, then you deal with what comes with it.
Yep.
And so if you don't like that, then you're responsible. It's not that dude's responsibility to say, "Oh, I should step up my game." It's their responsibility to say, "Sorry, you don't have game. You can't do this." So I totally buy that. I'm totally in agreement with that. And the same thing, like if somebody gets out a gig and at a corporate event, and the corporate event is their responsibility to say, to vet the person, and to decide whether or not that person is going to be good enough to perform for what they want. And if they hire them and they're not, then that person's not going to get hired again. And eventually the word's going to get out.
You better hope you collected your pay. You better hope you collected your pay before the show.
Yeah. I used to, in New Hampshire, I used to have, I'll never forget this, Jim Landini. Called him out. There you go.
But you? You
No,
were Jim Landini?
I was not Jim Landini.
Are you sure, James?
I was-
Is this like
I
one of
was
those stories?
asked-
Is this one of those stories, James? You're like, I knew this guy. I had a friend. I'm asking for a friend. Interesting. Jim Deany.
I'll let you decide.
Yeah.
So I met this guy. He bought some of my illusions that I had at the time, supposedly for somebody else, but then I saw promo pictures where
Okay. Uh-huh.
they were, like, in his
Yeah,
show.
sure.
So I bring him into the Magic Club and I'm listening to him and he's like, yeah, we're gonna be touring the East Coast. We're gonna be going up from
Chuck E.
from
Cheese.
New
Thought we were
York
gonna go
down
hit the-
to Florida, and then over the winter we're gonna be doing a tour in Germany and
Chuck E.
yeah,
Cheese in Germany. I didn't know. That.
yeah, I know. And all these people, all these magicians are like clamoring to this guy, thinking, "Oh my gosh, what an And I'm listening to him going, "Who the hell's this guy? He works at a gas station. What the hell's he talking about doing a tour? He's not doing a tour. He pumps gas."
Okay.
And so I'm going like, "Wow, what the heck?" And then I'm listening to talk
That's
about
his front,
Germany.
James. That's his front. He
The
wants
gas-
you to think that he. pumps
Oh,
gas. That just adds to the.
see, I
mystery
thought
and
his front
illusion.
was that he was doing this tour.
No, it's the other way around, man. He's doing the gas thing 48 hours a week. Just
I
to-
had so
just to
many
hit better
people.
when he does a show.
Yeah, I know. I had so many people, magicians that were like legitimate magicians that were pissed at me because it's like, why did you bring this dickhead into the club? And I'm like, I had no idea that's who this guy was.
So he's just lying, or
He
what?
was totally lying. It was just but he had some of these clonies that would follow him around like a little puppy dog, going, "Oh, he's James Landini." And so I would get phone calls from people that would be like, "Hey, we're looking for a magician. Last year we had this guy, Jim Landini, something like that." And,
No, that was a different guy. I'm Jim Lantine.
yeah,
So that's complete. That was a different guy completely.
I had to change my name. And but they were like, "Wow, he was really terrible. He couldn't do it. He couldn't keep any of the people entertained, and it was a horrible show." And so we're willing to try it one more time, but we need to know, are you any better than that guy? And I was like, "Oh dear Lord, don't even put me in that league. I'm like way worse than him."
You're like, absolutely not.
Yeah,
You kidding me?
I'm worse.
That's my mentor.
Yeah. But he eventually burned his own bridges. Everybody started to see.
He did fire magic. Was he okay?
Yeah, he was fine. The building that burned down wasn't doing so well, but he was fine. But yeah, so he took care of himself because eventually everybody was seeing through his BS.
Mm-hmm.
And the magicians who had any sense were like, "Oh my God, just stay away from me, please." And then people stopped hiring for shows because you can only do so many shows in
I
a
should
small
stop
place
telling
like New
people I'm
Hampshire.
touring Europe soon.
Well, you are someday.
Someday to go visit my dad's homeland.
Yeah. Where's that?
Offenhau.
Open
Right,
house?
Pops? Offenhau, Germany.
Oh, I was gonna say that sounds like
It's near where it's near
prostitution,
Stuttgart, right?
sounded like a prostitution ring.
Well, you never know what they're doing these days over there, James.
It's legal over there, right?
Oh, is it?
I think so. Was it? Oh no, Canada. Canada prostitution is legal. And Germany marijuana is legal.
It's surprising. It's surprising how quickly you can pull that information up out of nowhere.
The useless information I have in my head.
Something tells me it's not useless to you, sir.
Where
I think we just did a little self-report. I think we just got a little self-reporting going on.
where's the red light district?
Ask Josh; he'll know.
Where all the red lights are.
So
a lot of red around here.
that's right.
Yeah, that's
Now that
right.
you mention it.
Hey, you
Um,
know what? If there was a lot of red around here, we'd have a lot more money. We'd be complaining a lot less too.
Hmm.
Do you know
Oh,
the type of money you can make off of prostitution?
No, sir, I do not.
I do not want to see your books, Josh. I don't feel like getting nauseous.
It's like, ugh.
Hey,
Can I see your check register?
Ugh.
I don't
Nope.
mix clientele with the money. Don't get that confused, okay? Everything on the bookend is completely clean.
That's what she said.
Everywhere else, I can't go and guarantee it, but everything with the books is completely clean.
Where the heck has this show gone?
Yeah,
When the three of us are together, it just gets unruly.
We
We'll
were
say it.
actually
I'll say
doing
it.
really well.
We were doing well, and then it gets unruly.
And all of a sudden the red light district comes in.
What is going on?
So anyway, so that's my take. It'll be interesting to see where the castle ends up going.
Indeed.
Do you know the it's like $6,000 initiation fee for a non-magician to join?
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's crazy high expensive. Yeah.
So the associate level?
Yeah.
That's right. And they have way more associates than none.
Yeah.
So-
$250 a month.
So it
that's
just
6,000.
and I don't mean to sound I don't want to make anybody upset, but it just makes you think that $6,000 per member for initiation. I'm assuming to maintain that it's about half every year.
$250 a month.
And there you go. See, and that and you had all those members, you have way more associates than magician members, and you almost went out of business. You couldn't maintain. So I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know. I'm not doing their books. I don't know what happened or whatever. But to me, that's someone obviously had to come in and kind of redo things a little bit.
Well, I will tell you that prior to COVID, they had a substantial amount of money in the bank. And then COVID hit and somebody went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, because they bled through a ton of that money.
No one there.
Yeah, I know.
No one there.
No one there.
And no repairs being done.
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm just saying there's probably all kinds of nightmares that we just weren't exposed to. You know what I mean? It's like, don't ask the secrets because you wouldn't be able to handle the answer.
There's some gossip rolling around about,
and there's some lawsuits that are going on.
Gossip and
so
other sorts of things.
I just wish for a better future.
The reality is Randy spent a considerable amount of money for the castle. It is a privately held for-profit business, and it's a business.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to do
what he's got to
do because he didn't make $1 billion not doing the right stuff. So he's a businessman, and that's what's going to come first.
Mm-hmm. And luckily he loves the castle.
Yeah.
So he loves the castle. At least that's very. He's been married there. He got married there. He grew up.
Well, I don't think you spend whatever it is, $80 million or whatever the ticket was, on something that you don't love and you don't intend on building on.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing it just because it's like, oh, I got this wad of money in my pocket that's burning a hole in it. All these great magicians out there, such good guys. You know what? I'm just going to go buy their playground and let them just have it.
Mm-hmm.
Have at it.
So he's not like every other rich person in the world that you hear about on the news.
I'll tell you what, I would buy it and I wouldn't let any of y'all in.
See,
I would live there. I'd be walking around in my robe. No, I'm just kidding.
all Hugh Hef style.
I'd have some Playboy bunnies there. Speaking of Playboy bunnies, I have a gig coming up where I'm going to be doing a show, and there's going to be some Playboy bunnies there.
That's gross, Jim. I don't want to know about that show. I don't think anybody wants to know about that show, Jim.
I want to know about that show. I can't wait for that show. So
wait. But to be honest, is that a thing? Playboy bunny? That's a thing still, or is it like an old one?
Well, no, they're still Playboy bunnies.
They're still Playboy bunnies.
Yeah.
Is the magazine? I'm really out of the loop. I'm not even joking. It's not a bit. Is Playboy magazine still a thing?
I believe it's still a thing. I don't
Exist?
think
Is it
they're.
printed?
I don't know that they're doing nude pictures anymore, but I don't know.
And so is it like a website thing, or?
Well, let's see here. Let's see.
So it's still a company then of some sort. Playboy exists. For some reason, I just kind of thought it would die out. I didn't know. I don't know.
Well, let's see. hold that thought. Hey, Al, we are doing our show live on podcast, and
Playboy bunnies now.
we were talking about Playboy bunnies. Does the Playboy magazine still exist, and are there still Playboy bunnies? He's thinking.
So as of now, yes, Playboy magazine
Dead
still
air.
exists. They actually shifted away
So-
from monthly printing a few years back.
Moral
But
of
they're
the
planning to-
story.
Well, you just cut them out now.
Did I cut him out?
You did, yeah. Al, go ahead, start talking again.
Nah, that's not Al. That's
Say
Steve
some more.
Valentine. You got it.
No, this is Al.
Steve Valentine.
No, it's Al. Go ahead, Al.
Got it. All right, jumping back in. So basically, yeah, Playboy is still around, just in a bit of a different form. They've moved to more of a yearly print and a digital first kind of model.
I was talking
And they do
about
still
my-
have what you'd
I
think
wanna
of
get
as
plug on
Playboy
that.
bunnies in a modern sense, more like brand ambassadors. So yeah, it's evolved, but it's still kicking around.
I like brand. So that's it. We're gonna call them brand ambassadors now.
Who's a brand ambassador?
The Playboys,
Is that
the
what they're called?
bunnies.
They're a brand
They're
ambassador.
more like brand ambassadors now.
That sounds like the cannabis industry. A brand ambassador comes and tries to sell product in my shop.
Well, if they're dressed like a Playboy bunny, they can come and try to sell whatever they want.
Oh, you want me to get you some brand ambassadors? I got you, no problem.
Are they dressed like Playboy bunnies?
Well, how much you paying?
All right. First show of the year.
First show of the year, sir.
I think-
Oh,
I think
Yeah.
it was very controversial, and
it was very
and-
very weird, man.
but you
Got
know,
weird.
I think we hit some very sensitive topics.
That's what she said.
So remember at White Rabbit Magic.
We believe in magic.
This has been a Rough Edge Studios production.